Hey everybody, I want to show off my new bookshelf here. I've got a bunch of Animorph books here. Man, I love the Animorphs. I need to actually do a review series for them. Rearrange the Babysitter's Club books, so now it's just number 1 to 100. I am missing like most of the second half of the series, so it's not really the first 100 books, but whatever. And then I rearranged my Nancy Drew books. So they're all in numerical order. Previously, I had these older original edition books. I had them separate on the right-hand side. But now it's just 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. I don't have an original version of Secret of Shadow Ranch. That's sad. That is very, very sad. So, just wanted to show that off. This is nice. I like it. It's so much easier to film with this setup because it's against the wall. As opposed to being perpendicular to the door, which is what I had previously. You can see my door there, but that's fine. I'd rather you see like the random door on the side than see my bed, because, you know, I always felt like I should have made my bed before recording a video. Yeah. So, here's my schedule for this next month. It's September, right? September 2024. And this is totally going to be like weird and strange. So I have my commissions, Mom's Own number 4, and Sammy Keys number 18. So I am finishing with the Sammy Keys series and Mom's Own number 4. I'll try to start the month with those, okay? The other commissions are Kill the Beast, which is apparently a villain book about Beauty and the Beast and Gaston. Okay. And the next Warrior Cats book, which just happens to be the second Tigerstar manga, which was not... It was good. Okay? You get cute cats dealing with humans. Great. Has nothing to do with Tigerstar or the Warrior Cats. Not really. I'm sorry. Okay. And then I have just the standard things. It's like, okay, I'm going back and forth between Nancy Drew Files, Encyclopedia Brown, and Babysitter's Club. So Nancy Drew Files 107, 108, 109, and 110. And then Encyclopedia Brown 12, 13, 14, 15. I wish I could say more about them, but I can't. I can't remember the difference between the Encyclopedia Brown books. They're all very much the same. I was pondering, like, putting in an extra shelf here just for the Nancy Drew Files, because I do have all of the Nancy Drew Files books. But then, you know, then there would only be, like, one shelf, which is not my books, and then, like, the entire, like, bottom third of this cabinet is just completely empty. And I was like, well, that's weird. I'd have to buy new shelves for that. And then with Babysitter's Club, I am almost done with that series. So I've got the best and worst Stacey books, the best and worst Marianne books. The final book of the series is a Marianne book. So that should come maybe this month, maybe next month, because there are some unknowns. We've got books that are releasing, 3 books that are releasing next month, which I do want to read and review right away. Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask, graphic novel. So they have done some, like, Goosebumps graphic novels in the past, but this looks like it's going to be a really strong attempt to do, like, a modern, really high-class graphic novel. All the series are getting graphic novel adaptations, honestly. Babysitter's Club, Babysitter's Little Sister, Wings of Fire, Bailey School Kids, and now Goosebumps. I wonder why they haven't done, like, Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys graphic novels. I mean, they have, but they did those, like, 15, 20 years ago, same time when they did, like, the original Goosebumps graphic novels, when they weren't as popular as they are now. I feel like now graphic novels have really seen a resurgence. I kind of want to do, like, a Hardy Boys graphic novel based on the public domain Hardy Boys books. Like, that's something I should do. I can draw, right? Maybe? I also kind of want to do, like, a manga adaptation for Cat President. Manga or anime version of Cat President would be amazing. Anyway, totally off topic, but Goosebumps the Haunted Mask, I have the dates that, like Barnes and Noble and Amazon said they would send the books to me, so these dates are still loose, but they say on the 3rd, Goosebumps the Haunted Mask will show up. So I want to get that, review it right away, and post those reviews this month. So that will probably kick Nancy Drew Files off the list. And then there's Goosebumps House of Shivers number 3 that comes out on the 9th. Want to read and review that right away. So that might kick the Babysitters Club off the list. And then finally, Kristy and the Walking Disaster, Babysitters Club this one. Where is it? Do I not have it? Oh my gosh. Number 20, which I don't have. I'm sorry. So that's coming out towards the end of the month on the 23rd. And so, it's possible I might get it on the 23rd and be able to read and review it and do the comparison, because I always do a comparison between the graphic novels and the original books. Oh, also Sweet Valley Twins, they've gotten a big graphic novel. Animorphs has gotten a graphic novel series, which I need to check out. So yeah, graphic novels are definitely big. And the reason why I do want to read and review these things right away is because people watch them. That's some of my most watched videos is the newest Babysitters graphic novel and the newest Little Sister graphic novel. And hopefully the Goosebumps graphic novel will also be popular. So moving on to books that I did reviews for this past month. The first 4 books in the George and Martha series, the series starring the talking hippos, which is fun. The first 2 books, there was a dicey moment in book number 1, and I think book number 2, I could be wrong about book number 2. The other 2 books I read were fine, and they were great and fantastic, but there were dicey moments. I'm like, oh man, that's never fun when you reread a book you liked as a kid, and the next 2 books in the My Father's Dragon trilogy, so now I'm finished with the My Father's Dragon trilogy. It is on my to-do list to do an audiobook for the first My Father's Dragon. I could do it because it's public domain, and now I'm like, whoa, that's public domain. Why don't I do a My Father's Dragon graphic novel? I cannot draw as well as the person who did the illustrations for the My Father's Dragon. I mean, those illustrations are so iconic. They're great. Same with the illustrations in Stuart Little. I did a review for Stuart Little. More Mr. Men books. Mr. Tickle, Mr. Snow, Mr. Funny, and Mr. Nobody. The Little Miss, it's a very similar series by the same author. Little Miss Twins, Little Miss Naughty, Little Miss Tiny, Little Miss Magic, Little Miss Lucky, and Little Miss Giggles. And if you're wondering, hey, why did I pick those? Well, they were in the Mr. Men Little Miss 5-minute stories collection. It was released in England under a different name, and it's just a collection of not all, it's a collection of many Mr. Men and Little Miss books. I did not like the collection, actually. My review for that is just me complaining about the format, because they removed a bunch of the pictures, and they put things in random large font. And if you compare them to the original books, it's those sentences were normal sentences, but in the collection, they're large font size for no apparent reason. Yeah, the formatting was bad in that book. Tales from the House of Bunnicula, number 4 and number 6. So I'm done with Tales from the House of Bunnicula. Don't know if anybody wanted to see me review that series, but I really loved book number 4, and I'm glad I got to reread it, and it's still funny. I finished the Tigerstar and Sasha manga trilogy, because I only had 1 book left. I'm like, fine, I'll just read the final book, and it wasn't that good either. It has more to deal with warrior cats than book number 2. Oh, and it has a really sad scene where one of the kittens drowns. That's actually sad. But it's poorly illustrated, so you can't quite understand what's going on. There's a ledge that the cat could have stood upon and been perfectly safe and he wouldn't have drowned. And sometimes the ledge is there in the illustrations, and sometimes it's not. And the one where he's drowning, it's like, oh no, there's no ledge. He can't grab onto anything. He's gonna die. And I'm like, whoa, turn back 2 pages. There's a ledge that the cats are standing on. Why couldn't he grab that ledge? What happened to the ledge? Did it magically disappear? And also, like, there's the window. This is like one of those basement windows that can only be opened from the inside. It's weird. Yeah, no, it can only be opened from the outside, but it's propped open. Meaning it can only be opened from the inside, because it has to be held open in place to be outside. But then, Sasha manages to open it from the outside despite, like, no visible key or anything. And the kids are unable to open it from the inside. So it's inconsistent with that, too. And it's just like, I feel like it's the case of the illustrator not reading the entire script before illustrating the scene. And so, like, the first time through, they're like, oh, okay, this window opens out. That's the illustrator's decision. And then, there's a ledge. That's the illustrator's decision. And then, like, 5 pages later, the illustrator's like, oh, crap, there's no ledge, and it opens from the outside, not the inside. Whoops. I'm not going to go back and redraw my earlier pictures. Nobody will notice. Yeah. A lot of complaints about that one, huh? Ever After High, Once Upon a... something. The 4th Ever After High book written by Shannon Hale. That's what I read, so now I'm kind of done with the Ever After High series. There are other books written by other people, and they have nothing to do... Okay, they star the same characters, but they have nothing to do with the trilogy that Shannon Hale wrote and the bonus story. Ever After High, Once Upon a Whatever is definitely just a collection of short stories. I find it weird that it was written after the trilogy, because it should be read before the trilogy. Pippi Longstocking. Read the first Pippi Longstocking book. It was pretty good. Second book was better, but it also has offensive racist materials, so I rate it lower. Spy X Family number 9. Read that. And then Cat Kid Comic Club, which was an okay book. Like, it's not bad. It's not my favorite. My issue is more that, it stars the tadpoles, and I don't find the tadpoles very interesting. And too much potty humor. Like, that's been a problem with the Dogman series just in general, is doing potty humor just for the sake of having potty humor, and I tend to notice that the Dogman stories that don't really go for potty humor, the ones that actually have, like, more of a story and character development and good morals, like, I tend to like those a lot better than the ones where it's like, Dogman pooped because he's a dog. Yeah, I'm like, oh, come on, Dave Pilkey, you can do better than that. Like, you could write highbrow literature. And, yeah, I do think there are, like, highbrow moments in the Dogman series. I know that Dave Pilkey kind of jokes about how highbrow his books are, but he reaches it sometimes. Anyway, that's my schedule for this next month. Just wanted to show off my cool new bookcase, which you'll be seeing from now on, unless people really hate it and they really want me to go back to the old bookcase. But this one is a lot more convenient. It actually allows me to use this chair, too. So, as opposed to the chair that I have to use if I'm in the other corner, because I can move my camera farther away from me, and that's nice, too. So, goodbye, everybody!